Hey, good morning, everybody. I'd like to start today. It's Tuesday, the 15th of November. I'd like to start today by thanking all the people who've subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments. I like the back and forth. We all have different ways of doing things, but we all, I believe, deserve a seat at the table. And between all of us, we can all learn some new things, and I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, I don't know everything. I don't purport to know everything, and if somebody's got a better idea or a solution to a problem, I'm all ears. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to start off by thanking everybody for subscribing and tuning in to my videos. I actually really enjoy it. And so today I've got some jobs, but they're not critical that I get them done today. And so what I'm going to concentrate on this morning is getting I talked to you a little about going back into new construction. I have a builder who's willing to give me some houses. I just need to get a spec sheet from him and a scope of work. His secretary already sent me over the blueprints, which is different from the way we used to do things. You'd go in and to the builder, and they'd give you a stack of blueprints, and that was a good day. You knew you had 20 houses coming up when you walk out with 20 new blueprints. But everything's done electronically. So what I do now is they kind of shifted the cost of that blueprint onto the subcontractors. You gotta, luckily right around the corner from my house is a blueprint company, Florida Blueprint, and so I just forward the attachment with the blueprint over to them, and then I got to go in there and pay them for a copy of it, which I didn't have to do in the past. But I'm still waiting for a spec sheet and a spec sheet and a scope of work, and then I go through that scope of work and the spec sheet, and I highlight things. If I highlight it in like red, or that's something we really need to discuss. It's something that doesn't sit well with me. Other things I can just highlight in yellow, and it's just a concern for me. But anything in red or in parentheses, that's something we really need to hash out before I decide to do the house. When I worked for national builders, Lennar Homes, US Homes, you basically gave them a price for a model, and then wherever that model was, that was the price that you did it for. These are more individual houses. It's kind of infill. It's not a subdivision. They're actually, a lot of these, they're tearing houses down, putting new ones up. So I need to know, does he want me to include in my price the disconnection of services from the old house, bring up the sewer tap, and put in a temporary water service, or does that just get billed individually? Because I'd rather do it individually, to be honest with you, because every lot's different on these houses. Like in a subdivision, there was no guesswork. You knew where the sewer was going to be stubbed out, and you knew where the water was coming in. So these things, I'm doing them one at a time. Each house is going to have to be bid, and I'm going to take into considerations, parking, how far do I have to travel. It's totally different than a subdivision, which that's what I'm used to. I've done infill housing before, but they're all individual contracts. So I'm going to head over here. I'm going to get this blueprint, and I've got some other things I'm going to do this morning, and I'll keep you posted. But this is how you start. If you're a young guy, just opened up your business, and you don't have any idea what it takes to go in and talk to a builder, kind of follow along. I'll figure out a way to label this video in a manner that you can follow along and see how you go about it. Now, like I said in the beginning, this is how I do it. Other guys do it a lot different. A lot of people are totally electronic. I'm old school, paper and pencil basically, and not really. I mean, I do have an estimating spreadsheet that I created myself, and it's everything that could go into a house that we use in this area. I've looked at other estimating programs, and it's like it was put together by a computer programmer, not a plumber. I mean, it's just missing everything. And these guys who say, oh, you just bid it out $1,500 a fixture or whatever, that doesn't sit well with me. I do what's called a direct cost method. I need to know how much it's going to cost me to get that job done, and then I mark it up from that point. So anyways, I hope you tune in and watch how we do this, or I do this, and hopefully you learn something. Maybe you can teach me something. Tell me how, give me some insight on how you do it, and that works for me. So anyways, this is a two-way street, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see what we can get into today. Florida Blueprint, my friends. This guy, he just ran a fucking red light, jerk. Yeah, Florida Blueprint. These guys, I'll pick up a set of prints. I want to show you, I asked him when I called him, I asked him if he still sold what's called onion skins. And basically it's draft paper that you can see through. And I used onion skin to lay out the plumbing for the second floor. And I'll show you how I do that. I mark where the fixtures are, and then I place it over the first floor plan, the framing plan, and I see where the best place to come out with my stack to catch the second floor is, hopefully in a 6-inch wall or in the block wall. And when I stub out of a block wall, I try to get that 90 so that the bottom of the pipe coming out of the wall is just above. I always go a 1/2 inch above rather than try to get it real close, but I try to get a 1/2 inch above the thickness of the bottom cord on the truss. So if it's a 9-foot ceiling, I want my stub out to the bottom of that pipe to be 9'1.5" or 9'2", and that's going to get me above that cord, and I can just stop running my pipe. So anyways, I'm gonna run in here and talk to this guy and get these prints. Hey guys, so it's funny, man. I'm in this blueprint place. Picking up the blueprint, which I have right here. It's got like 40 pages, but it's called the Polonia model. This guy, he's Italian, so he's probably in that, his houses are probably like the Italian Mediterranean style. But anyways, I'm in the blueprint place, and this Amish lady comes up on a 3-wheel bike, and she walks in, and she's dressed like an Amish woman, in her homemade dress, and very nice. And hi. So she comes to pick up a blueprint, and the guy knows her, and he says, yeah, your blueprint's ready. And I turn to her and I say, and I'm thinking, she's gonna have a house built, I turn to her and say, so you having a house built? She said, actually 12 of them. And I was like, oh, don't judge a book by its cover, guys. Anyways, so come to find out, her plumber is getting very old. He's probably an Amish guy, but he's been making mistakes, and oh shit, I just saw a bald eagle, man. Big bastard. I'm hoping he comes this way. Anyways, so she asked me for a business card, man. She's looking for a plumber. I told her I've been plumbing for 35 years. The vast majority of that was doing new construction. And thousands and thousands of houses, literally, in that 35 years. And hopefully she'll give me a call, and maybe this, God willing, this will take off, you know, and I can get some guys working for me again, and won't have to work so hard myself, you know, just kind of manage and teach these guys. We'll see.